Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, everybody? And we're back. Well, at least I'm back. And you saw him backstage, or not really backstage, but pop up in the comments like, yo, let's go. Let's do this, man. We got a lot of venting to do. We need a venting space. We need a vent session. And don't we all, man? Like I said, we all needed a hug like that kid we saw at that last game on Sunday. So I hope you all have been able to get your hug. But yeah, man, we're here to vent a little bit and hopefully look forward and try to dissect what the heck is going on with this team. And to do all that, we're gonna welcome the man of the hour, my guy Eddie. How you doing, brother?
Well, I'm doing good, regularly. However, my Mets fandom is doing absolutely terribly. Uh, I don't think I have been this upset in years with regarding the Mets. I want to say the last time I've been this worried and the last time I've been this concerned was that final week in the 2022 season, or final 2 weeks, whatever it was, when we went down to Atlanta and got our asses kicked for 3 games straight. So I am in a dark, dark place as a fan of the New York Mets. I am in a very dark place, and I don't see the light. I don't see the savior. I don't see hope. Okay, I don't see it. Nothing right now screams to me that this team is going to get better. Okay? I am in a place where I see the Mets free falling, and I don't see an end in sight. And it's going to take a fucking miracle for me, and excuse my language, but it's going to take a miracle for me to come around and come off of this. Because this bad play, yes, we've lost 11 or 12. Fine, I get that. But Hector, as we know, this bad play has been going on now for over 2.5 months. It's been going on since June 12th. You guys all know it. So I don't see a 2015 happening where, somebody like, Yoenis Cespedes comes and saves the day. I don't see it. Maybe you could talk me off the ledge, Hector. Maybe you guys in the comments can help me feel better. But right now, as a fan, as a diehard New York Mets fan, I'm in a dark place.
I see that. I see that. You're talking about your concerned and worried, and I don't know if you saw my reaction, like, wow, we've reached that level. And then I'm thinking, like, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. No, there's always hope, Russ. There's always hope. At least for us fans, there's always hope. The belief is what's lacking right now, right? It's hard to have belief in this team right now with what we've been watching. Um, but I'm totally with you. And when you talk about Yoenis Cespedes, what people are focusing on now and is hoping to have is, I don't even know if there's an equivalent, but we're kind of clamoring and putting our hopes, there's that word hope again,
Hope.
on one of these young guys being able to come up and straighten out this rotation. And I'm not sure if that's fair, Eddie, to be honest with you. Not this late in the season, right? And then I look at these guys, and every time I see these guys' numbers come up with the highlights and everything, SNY does a good job of teasing us with that stuff. I see 5 innings, 4 2/3. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, we're talking about we need length. We need starters to give us innings. We're gonna bring these young guys. You're going to see a little bit more of the same. And then you gotta, like, do we know or can we have any guarantees that they're gonna come up here and be lights out? No. Now I know people are gonna say, well, it can't be any worse than what we're watching, but I don't want to get too much into that because I'm sure we'll get into that as we go with the show. But yeah, man, it's a tough time right now, and for me, it's about the guys here turning it around, and they keep talking about turning it around. Mendoza keeps talking about those are good players in there, and we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna turn it around, and we will. We gotta turn it around, and we will. Well, like you said, we've been hearing that for 2.5 months. This team has gone 19 and 31 since that time.
19 and 31.
Well, I thought it was 18 and 31, but we were looking at some of the numbers before we got on here. The little research that we do. Shout out StatMuse. I was looking it up there, and it said 19 and 31. So either 18 and 31, 19 and 31. They're 1-8 in August, Eddie. 1-8 in August, brother. 1-11 in the last 12 as they followed up that freaking 7-game winning streak with a 4-game losing streak. They win one, and now have lost another 7.
It's tough.
Right? Excuse me.
It's tough, and you just said, what was it, 19 and 31?
19 and 31.
That's, again, for the fans, and we mentioned this beforehand, that's a 380 winning percentage. 380.
Horrendous.
That is it doesn't get much worse than that. And I'm
For
really
some reason, Eddie, they think it's only like the last week or two. They don't realize. I don't think they realize or they accept how long this has really been going on or acknowledge. That's what worries me. Is that they seem a little delusional.
You talk about the fan base.
No, I'm talking about the players. I'm talking about the team. When you listen to them speak, you know, oh yeah, we're just going. We're going through it a little bit right now. We're this. We're a little bit of
a little bit.
And it's like, no, guys, this has been all year, especially for the offense. And then the record and the losing is gone out now. A day short of 2 months.
And then you look at what we do, right? What do? We go out, we send our starter out, and for the most part, the starter doesn't get 5 innings. I don't know what the exact number is, but I can guarantee you since June 12th, we probably have around 3, 4, 5 games where we pitched into the 6th inning. Our starter got into the 6th inning. It's probably about 5. It's probably about a handful of games. And that's the worrying part, Hector. Because look, we know what this bullpen can do, right? This bullpen's really good. It's great. But you can't expect these bullpen guys to give you zeros day in and day out when the starting pitchers are lucky to give you 4 innings. It's unsustainable. And that's why, to me, I'm in such a bad place because I don't see the hope. I don't see where this thing gets better. You mentioned the offense, and the offense has been dreadful. It's been dreadful. Look at yesterday's game, for example. Came out 5, put up 5. That should be enough.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable to lose that game. Unacceptable. Especially with this bullpen that we built. But this team is just doing nothing right now. They can't do anything right.
No.
They can't do anything right. Not even the guys that they brought in are doing anything right, honestly, when you think about it. And I'm not gonna, I don't really want to knock those guys. And I'm sorry I jumped you like that, but yeah. That game yesterday was unacceptable, bro. 5-0, and you can't hold on to a lead. First, because once again, a starter can't get through the 5th inning.
And these are our good guys going too. We had Senga and Minaya. And honestly, watching Minaya yesterday, that when he got to like 3rd time through the order, those guys were on every fucking pitch, bro. They were hitting them hard. You could tell it was coming. And that's the scary part about it, man. That's the scary part about it. And, you know, I see the chat is mentioning Frankie Montas and Montes. I get it. When is he pitching again for us?
Hopefully never.
Obviously never, but I know he's got another start. Is he pitching tomorrow?
His next day on the regular 5 days will be Thursday. But
Thursday.
with the day off, I'm sure they're pushing everybody back. So I guess Friday would be the next day. But hopefully we don't see him. Hopefully we don't see him. I could not believe that David Stern said he was excited. He was excited to watch Frankie Montas for his most recent start. He said,
Come
"Like,
on, man.
really, dude." And that's the frustrating part, Eddie. That these guys come up here and they keep giving us this lip service and feeding us this nonsense that is like, come on, man. And from top to bottom, the owner it just makes wise ass comments, and then the president, the manager, and the players just feed us garbage about how everything's gonna be okay and we're gonna figure it out and we got everything we need right here and we believe in these guys, we believe in ourselves and this and that, but don't get the job done. Don't get the job done. And since I mentioned the owner, I saw a comment, so I'm gonna divert real quick here,
Okay.
and I'm gonna shout out to my guy Russ, who asked the question: Has Uncle Stevie issued any statements? And it's funny you ask, Russ. It's funny you ask because when I got home a little while ago, I was perusing through X or whatever, and I saw a post from John Heyman, and he was sharing an article, and where he had a quote from Stearns. I mean, from Cohen, and that's why I tell people that think that Heyman is only connected to Scott Boris are wrongly mistaken.
Right.
Heyman has a direct line to Steve Cohen. For some reason, Cohen likes him and talks to him and shares information with him. So to answer your question, here's the quote, Russ, from the New York Post article with John Heyman. What do we got here? As my guy Crazy sleeping at the wheel.
Huh.
So I guess we'll have to do this ourselves. Thank you, Quays. Here we go. I'm gonna have to make this a little bit bigger for you guys to see it.
Here we go.
And again, I don't steal from anybody. I just share for
Right.
informational purposes, right? And it says here, when things are going this bad, the Mets haven't beat anyone besides the West Coast. This blah, blah, blah. But at least one important fan is hanging in there. Mets owner Steve Cohen told the Post that he still believes. Screw you, John. We're all important fans. At least one important fan. Why? Because he got the big bucks.
Huh.
Is he really a fan, or is it his wife and his father-in-law? Anyways, but here's his statement. I know how vested our fans are in this team. While the team has had a difficult run, I'll, I still believe in our team and believe they will turn it around. LGM.
What makes you say that?
That's that's
What
that's
the hell makes you say that?
that's
Not
what I
you,
don't.
Heck, obviously.
No, I know.
What makes Steve Cohen believe that? What?
It's the company line. It's the company line. Like
Company
I don't know
line
what they've
shit.
seen that they say, yeah, this team is definitely gonna turn it around.
I don't buy it.
Storm Shadow says they're salesmen. That's the game.
He's not wrong.
I know.
I listen. I'm at the point, man, where if we don't get our acts together real quick, I'm gonna say this. I think they're in big trouble. I really do. I think the Mets are in danger of being on the outside looking in very shortly, especially with the way the Cincinnati Reds have been playing. Okay? And the Phillies. Both teams keep winning. We were at what? A half game? How long ago? We were a half game in first place not that long ago. And now we're 4.5 games behind the Phillies. Is that something? Is that right? I believe it's 4.5.
I think it's 5.5. No,
Then it's 5.5. Thought it was 4.5. I guess it's 5.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. Not that I really want to see it, but I should have had that prepared. Oh Lord Jesus, we are. Did Philly win today or something? We are
They're
six.
playing Cincinnati right now.
Well, they must have won because we are 6 games back.
Holy shit. Cincinnati. All right, so the game's over. It's final. Oh my
Let
God.
me double check that. God, thanks
Six
a lot,
games.
Cincinnati. Thanks a lot, Cincinnati. Yeah, 4-1 Phillies. And I was gonna say, I'm rooting for the Reds. I'm
Me
rooting for the Reds because I still want to win a division, Eddie, and we still have 7 games against the Phillies. And I figure, I understand. I understand. You just get in, especially now. the way baseball is, right? You don't have to win a division, but I'm not built that way. I'm not built that way. I still want to win a division. I still want to win a division. So my eyes are on the Philadelphia Phillies and the fact that we were 5.5 before they won tonight. And I'm thinking if the Reds could sweep them and we handle the Braves like we're supposed to, because that's what needs to start. It needs to start with us handling the Braves. This is really what it is. Yeah, I'm talking about I'm gonna root for the Reds because everybody's talking about it. But I'm gonna tell you the same thing I said when we were playing the Yankees, when the Phillies were playing the Yankees, and everybody's like, "Who you rooting for?" Oh, you have to root for the Yankees, as if the season was gonna end then. And I said it doesn't
Yeah,
matter. It doesn't matter. The season will continue as we get closer. As we get later in the season, then it'll be time to start rooting for other teams, maybe to help us out. But I don't
correct.
need to get there. What we need to do is handle our business. But you know what hasn't happened, Eddie? We have not handled our business.
No,
I mean, that's what has happened, not that what hasn't happened. That was a double negative. What hasn't happened is us handling our business or them. My producer said I can't scream because my audio gets distorted.
huh?
We can't handle business. Forget about can't handle the truth. They don't realize the truth, but they can't handle their business.
Why?
That's the question.
What the fuck is going on?
That's the $1 million question. Is it a chemistry issue?
The-
Is it a vibe issue?
So
Is it
let's
a
start. Let's
is it
let's
a
start
talent
right here.
issue? Is it a talent issue? Is it a
Okay.
core issue? You tell me.
I'm gonna start with the chemistry. I think there's something that's going on behind closed doors, and when they're playing the game, something is off. Something doesn't seem right. Now, yes, we're losing, and it always looks worse when you're losing. But last year we were losing, and we turned it around, had that sick run. But what is the difference
How
between
did
this year and last year? We've
how did
got, on paper, we've gotten better.
I'm glad you said that. Last year they were losing and they turned it around. Obviously, we know all the nonsense. D-Rail says he thinks it's Mendoza. Grimace, Hatua, Rally Pimp, Izzy, Glizzy,
Oh my
Glizzy,
God.
Izzy, whatever the hell. And obviously, oh my God, and all of that. But besides that, it was the influence of the oh my God architect, right? That I thought was huge. And also something that I didn't really like. I didn't really like it, right? And this shows why I didn't like it. What did they talk about last year, Eddie? Well, one of the things they talk about, but the main theme was they embraced sucking. JD Martinez took pride in telling us how much they embraced sucking. Oh, everybody thinks we suck, so let's go out there and have fun sucking. That was their motto.
Correct.
Besides the fact that yeah, we're gonna be accountable. Everybody has to come in with a game plan before the game and after the game. We're gonna go over the game plan and hold everybody accountable. Blah, blah. Maybe they're not doing some of that again, but it's crazy to me, right? Because think about that date, June 12th, right? I think, or was it? I think maybe it was in May, right? That Lindor was moved to lead off last year, whatever. All I
It
know is
was
that
either
around that
May
time there
or
was a lot
May.
of talk about all the good stuff that had happened, and we were starting to see date this time in 2024, this happened, and this time in 20. But more importantly, this team was having success, and this is that they realized that oh my gosh, we are now the best team in baseball. With that comes expectations. And it's as if those expectations weigh too much on them and they can't handle it. And then that's what takes me to the core again. Oh no, there were expectations this year, intellectual. Dime a ver de lo mío. What do you mean no real expectation? I need you to explain that. Because there was expectations coming into this year. We
There
expected this
was.
team to be better. Listen, nobody here, nobody here in the preseason projections had this team under 90 wins.
No.
This team won 89 regular season games last year, and we added Juan Soto. Just with that, on the conservative side, you would think it gives you 3 wins.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
Just
Three
with
three
that.
wins is fair.
No, I don't know. Maybe that's too much.
But what you're looking at too, look, last year for me, the pitching was different, right? We used to kill Quintana. But Quintana,
Oh my God!
after he had that really bad streak, came down in August, around this time last year, and he was lights out down the stretch of that season. He was lights out. Severino, all these guys, they came and they gave you good starts. That's the difference. We don't get into the fifth inning, sixth inning anymore. The starters don't touch the sixth inning. Never. And that's a problem. Now, what kind of problem it is, I don't know. But it's a problem. And if we want to make it to October, they better clean this up and clean it up fast, because the league is not, the Reds are just not going to roll over. Okay? The Phillies are just not going to roll over. Like Soto said, nobody's going to hand you this. It's not going to be given to you. You have to take it. But the Mets have done the opposite of take it. They've given everything away. They give leads away. They piss away good starts. They piss away at bats where it's time to move the runner over and play small ball. It's anything but that. It's a travesty what's going on. It's really a travesty.
I agree.
And heck, I don't know who it's on. It's a team-wide problem. And I have no answers for you guys. I wish I did.
I think at this point now, obviously we can say it's on David Stearns, right? A lot of it, most of it,
Architect, yeah, sure.
is on David Stearns for the team that he put together, right? Which is a flawed team. We've seen it all season. It's a flawed team. And it got exposed by the Rays, and it's been continued to be exposed ever since. That's the thing, is like 2022. Once this team got punched in the mouth, everybody saw like, oh, look at these.
They're beatable.
They were bullying everybody, but look at them. Look at them now. You know? Yeah, and they've never gotten back up. They never gotten back up. And I think, honestly, you have to put some of the blame on the manager as well.
I agree.
As much as he pushed all the right buttons last season, or it seemed like he pushed all the right buttons, and if the players execute, the manager looks good. If the players don't execute, the manager looks bad. But the fact that he hasn't been able to, let's say, get the best out of these guys right now and help them stop this.
You think he's in trouble?
I don't think he's in trouble. I don't think he's in trouble.
I'm not saying of losing his job.
If we don't make the play, I mean, that's what trouble means, Eddie.
No, yeah, right.
If we don't make the playoffs, I would think he could be in a little bit of trouble. At the same time, we need some stability, man.
I agree. I like Mendy.
And who the hell are we gonna bring in here, man? Like, people keep talking about Beltran. Like, another rookie manager.
No,
what's the guarantee? This guy's never managed anywhere. Now you could tell me, okay, well, this guy managed in the minor leagues. He was a bench coach for 6 years, and he looks lost.
Different story.
Right. It's very different when you're the one making the decisions. And last season, he looked like he had a pretty good handle of it. This season, he seems like he has no handle. One thing that bothered me even last year is that it seems like every time he has all his relievers available,
he doesn't use them.
No, he does use them. All of them. He exhausts them.
He uses them.
He uses them all in the same game, Eddie, so that he puts himself in a bind where then he has to tell me, oh, I didn't have this guy available. I didn't have this guy available. I didn't have that guy available. So that's why I did this the other day. When he said he didn't have Brooks Raley and I forgot who else. And that's why he put Stanek in the game.
Wasn't that Garrett? He didn't have Garrett.
That's your fault that you do that. Because the other day, when you maybe could have pushed Clay Holmes for an extra inning, you don't. You take him out right away, and you tell me you're trying to be aggressive. And you go, well, I want to be aggressive. I had a full bullpen. And you go and you use all your high leverage guys, and now you tell me they're not available in 2 days, or they're not available the next day. Well, that's your fault. Why do you have to use all these guys? Why can't being aggressive be that you push Clay Holmes, you push Sean Manai when he's pitching well and he wants to stay in the game? That's being aggressive too. And last season we saw him do that. This season he's just like not doing that at all. This season he does seem like a puppet sometimes, like people say, and he's going strictly
Like
by the
Aaron
book.
Boone.
We said this. We said we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. Blah, 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 and that's that. Well, I had my guys, and we said if we get into the seventh inning with a lead, I was gonna use my guys, and that's what I'm gonna do. No,
Hector, I hate to say this, and I am not one that loves prospects and likes talking about them, but I think the only hope for the Mets is that they bring up one of these kids, whether it's Tong, Sprout, or McLean, whichever one it is, they bring them up, and that kid comes up here and makes a difference. Because right now, with the way this roster is constructed, the way the rotation is constructed, it's not working. You can't get 5 innings out of these guys. And I'm not saying these guys are going to give you 5 innings either. But that is literally the only hope I see. That's it. It's pathetic that I have to worry about some 23-year-old kid coming up here and being the savior of the season.
yeah. Listen. I said it in the blunt thoughts, and I know. Well, most fans are clamoring for it, and at this point, we have no choice, right? And I know it can't get any worse, but I told you. Can we expect this guy? Is this too much to put on one of these young guys? And listen, come up here and be great. Come up here and be great and start that greatness right now in this run and be part of what we're trying to do here. That would be phenomenal. But I think more than anything, it doesn't matter if they come up here and they give us 7 innings and we're still losing 2-0.
That's a totally different conversation. But the way that they can't even get into
I just don't know if we can
sixth.
expect that though, to be honest.
But why not just take the chance?
No. I'm not saying don't take the chance. I'm just saying that we got to be cautious. We have 4 young guys up here, and obviously they're position players that we're still waiting to become something, right? Mauricio, Alvarez, Vientos, Beatty, Acuña's been up and down a couple of times now, right? And it's like, what are these guys? And we still keep asking for more young guys. There's people asking for Jet Williams to come up here. I'm like, really?
How do you let's start right there. You bring up Jet Williams. Where does he play? Where do you put him?
Oh, people say put him in the outfield. Throw Brandon
Center?
Nimmo.
Are we going to throw him in center field?
I guess.
Or do you move him to left field? Because Nimmo's defense is atrocious. His arm strength, that is one of the biggest problems I have with this roster.
That doesn't make his defense atrocious, though.
Okay. His throwing is atrocious. Let me clean it up. His throwing is a joke. At my age, I have a better arm than him still. And he's 10 years younger than me. Come on, man. Come on, Hector.
I'm listening to you. I'm listening. Come on.
We have to be better. This shit where we just accept a 226 batting average since June 12th. 226. That is the team batting average. Throw it up. Throw it up on the screen. 226.
Horrendous.
League average, I think, is 240 or 242. We're 226. And for those of you who don't care about batting average, I say to you this. Go look at the teams with the highest batting average and then go look at their records and come talk to me. Because the teams with the highest batting average have the best records.
I think the top 5 that they had said, I saw the other day on MLB Network, I think it was, or something like that. The top 5 batting averages are the top 5 records in the league or something like that.
Thank you. It goes hand in hand. So any idiot that doesn't care about batting average, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. And when are these guys going to come up and string some hits together? When are we going to have a 2-out rally? I'm watching Soto get up yesterday while Francisco Lindor's on first and attempt to bunt. Our the guy we paid almost $800 million for is up there bunting. What am I? I mean, that's the game plan. That is a recipe for disaster. Soto's here to hit 2-run and 3-run homers, not to bunt the fucking guy over. That's disgusting.
Yep.
And these guys could go too.
So here it is. The top 5 batting averages: Blue Jays, Astros, Brewers, Dodgers, Phillies.
Okay, other than the Astros, who I believe are still in first place, they're all the best teams. Yeah. LA's not on there, surprisingly.
LA who?
But they're all pretty much the best teams.
LA who?
Dodgers.
Okay, let me do it again.
Okay, go ahead.
Blue Jays, Astros, Brewers, Dodgers.
I missed it.
Phillies. Those are your top 5 teams, right?
So the best teams.
And then at 7, we're gonna have some fun here. At 7, you got the Cubs,
who are a good hitting team. They're a good team.
And
team we're chasing in the wild card.
The Red Sox at 8.
Okay, they've been on fire.
Believe it or not, the Marlins are 9.
They've been on fire too. I think they're back. I think they're back to 500 or possibly even over 500.
You want to take a wild guess who's in the middle of all that at number 6? It'll
Detroit?
No, Detroit is actually 11th in batting average, bro. After Arizona. Who is 10th?
Who is this? The 6th team?
The 6th
batting
team.
average?
The 6th team, bro.
It's gonna be a weird team, right?
It's incredible.
It
kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense. I don't want to kind of give it away because then it's no fun. But if you think about where they're playing, it kind of makes sense.
It's the Athletics, isn't
it? Yeah. The A's have the 6th best batting average in
baseball. That's a hitter-friendly ballpark.
They play that minor league ballpark. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but I see that.
And now tell the fans where we rank in batting average on all this.
I think we're like 29th now. Let me see.
29th.
No.
Well, we've been 29th since June 12th or 30th.
We're 23rd. And we're not much better than that June 12th number. We're batting
what are we, 230?
239.
Well, that's better than 226.
Musket Smoke, first of all, thank you. Thank you for that. Appreciate you. Any off day, you can find myself and Eddie doing Mets Talk Unfiltered. Other than that, you can find myself sometimes by myself talking nonsense on Blunt Thoughts Live and all that good stuff. And sometimes we haven't done many this year, and it's been a while since we've even done one. We do live watch-alongs. And now back to your question about where is it? The hitting coaches. How much blame do we put on the hitting coaches? Right?
Don't even get me started on these two.
It's at this point, I think you got to put blame on them. I put blame on them because of the way that they look, right? Not the way that the hitting coaches look, but the way that our hitters look at the plate, which is confused and lost. And I put that on the game planning. I've talked about for a long time the fact that I feel like they flood these guys with too much information.
Agreed.
The whole he throws this pitch X percentage at the time and this count and this pitch and X percentage at the time and this pitch at this X percentage. Like, what is that? Like, I thought you're supposed to be hunting fastballs. That's what the league has turned to, right? Everybody hunting fastballs. So you go up there looking fastball and you adjust. Excuse me, especially ahead in the count. This is a team that's talked about their philosophy, their approach is to have controlled aggression, they call it. Controlled aggression, which means they're swinging early in
Who
counts.
the hell said that?
For
Control the question. Who said that?
Mendy has said it. Nemo has said it earlier this year. When everybody was questioning them swinging early in the count, swinging first
Right,
pitch,
right, right. I remember this.
they said, "Yeah, we want to swing first pitch. We want to swing." I remember sharing a video in one of our streams
Yeah.
where he talked about, yeah, but we have to be better in the pitches that we swinging at. And he was talking about Nimmo. When Nimmo was struggling early on, swinging early first pitch, flying out with the game, second and third, man on third, whatever the hell it was, Remember that game that he swung first pitch? The pitcher had walked, and the game ended. The pitcher had walked, I think, a couple of guys or something like that. That was a mound visit. First pitch he swung. So they do this by design. My thing is, okay, maybe you want to do this, but if you see that your team can't handle it, then scale it back a little bit, right? How did you
So,
guys have?
so
How
what
do
you're
you have
saying
guys
is
going up there and they continuously swinging at pitchers' pitches?
right, right. Pitches on the corners or
You know what I'm
barely.
saying?
Yeah,
Early in the count, like what the hell
yeah.
are we doing? We're supposed to be looking for pitches to hit, for a good pitch to hit. Early in the count, you should be looking to swing fastball.
Of
Now I
course.
get it. Some guys don't throw fastballs or whatever, but like, come on. So it's not forget about how sometimes you say guys are afraid to hit with two strikes. Sometimes these guys seem like they're afraid to hit with one strike. Like they don't want to hit
They
a dime.
sometimes they seem to be scared to hit when it's the first batter of the game, and they don't even know what the hell's to do. They go up there with there's no plan to me. There's nothing. Feels like they don't plan out anything.
Well, according to Mendoza, they have a plan, and what they're not doing is adjusting in game when the other team adjusts to them or whatever. I'm gonna say something. I think I said it before in the last blunt thoughts I did. Where and I don't know who's still there, and we know the analytics department got bigger, right? But did it change? You know what I'm saying? So there still may be some leftovers or whatever the case may be. But I'm gonna go way back to when Chili Davis was the hitting coach. And
2021.
Zach Scott tried to come in the other day, and he was saying the other day he was on with Sal, and he was saying he fired Chili Davis because pretty much Chili Davis was not prepared. He was coming to games, he didn't know who was the starter, blah blah blah. He was asking like pregame, like, "Oh, who we facing today?" Okay, whatever. I remember reading Chili Davis say one time that the information they were giving him was outdated. The analytics department was coming with a scouting report, and the scouting report was maybe 2-3 months old, sometimes even from the prior season,
Really?
and it hadn't checked that Eddie. It wouldn't have the recent trends of what the pitcher was doing and what was working for him and what wasn't. You know what I'm saying? They didn't make some adjustments.
Who was responsible for giving Chili Davis these numbers?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know exactly who, but I'm talking about like the analytics department, like that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Seems like it was off.
Chili was a guy that was like, he wasn't really all into the analytics and all that stuff. He was more old school, so that was a battle. So there was like an interview they had asked him about that or whatever the case may be. And like I still remember that him saying, like, yeah, they're giving me stuff that's super late. Old. It's outdated. So sometimes I wonder, like, damn, could some of this stuff still be going on? Are they preparing for a pitcher to do this and the pitcher's doing something totally opposite? But besides that, when they're showing early on and they're talking about early aggression and other teams are seeing them like, yo, these guys are swinging early in the count. It doesn't matter if the pitcher's wild. It doesn't matter if we have a mound visit. If we have a mound visit and the pitcher's wild, they do it even more. So now other teams have adjusted and they're not giving you that fastball first pitch or early in the count. They come in with that breaking ball. They come in with whatever. And we're still swinging, bro. So, yeah, I got to put a little bit of the blame on the hitting coaches as well. And yeah, at the end of the day, it's the players who have to go out there and get the job done.
I agree. I agree. But Hector, for me, for playing 800, excuse me, for playing 380 ball since June 12th, I'm sorry, but I'm sending a message. I am walking into that clubhouse tomorrow morning when they all show up, and I'm going into the office. This is me if I was David Stearns, and I'd hand Eric Chavez and I'd hand Jeremy Barnes or whatever his fucking name is. I'd hand both of them the pink slips and say, "Nice seeing you. Goodbye. It's over. I'm done. I am not going to see another day of watching these two hitting coaches continue to be employed, because the numbers speak for themselves. The 226 batting average, the 679 OPS, the 299 on base percentage, and most importantly, the 380 winning percentages, 19 and 31. Goodbye, Barnes. Goodbye, Chavez. Nice knowing you. Goodbye. Get lost. That's it. I need to send a message to the players, to the fans, and to everybody around Major League Baseball that we're here to win. We're not here to dick around for 2.5 months, because that's what it's been. It's been 2.5 months of mediocrity, but below mediocrity. It's been pathetic, and I'm not putting up with it anymore. Goodbye. Chavez, Barnes, see you later. Write the check. Here I am. Here's my name, signed, sealed, delivered. Goodbye. That's where I stand on these hitting coaches. Fired.
On August 12th or August 11th? Well, you said tomorrow. On August 12th, you would do that?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'd do it tonight. But I want to go while they're all there, and I want to do it in front of the entire team to show them that I mean business, to show them that there are repercussions to your actions. You don't get the job done? Sorry, you're done. That's me. That's what I'd do.
And who are you bringing in?
I'm promoting.
I'm just playing devil's advocate, brother.
I am literally promoting whoever is in the minor leagues. Somebody that's trusted. I don't know who that is, but I know Stearns knows who it is. I know that Mr. Cohen knows who it is. And I'm bringing that guy up and telling him this 226, 299 needs to change now. Not tomorrow, not the next day, now. That's what I'm doing. And you may say, Eddie, well, what if this guy sucks? Well, it can't get much worse than that. That's my answer.
Well,
it can't get much worse than it is right now.
What if, like Storm Shadow says, you lose the clubhouse, which is quite possible. We saw it happen.
I'll take the risk. I will take the risk.
We talked about Chili Davis, and we saw it happen when they fired Chili Davis. Remember Donnie Stevens and all the nonsense?
Yeah, but that team was a different team. That team had a lot. They had a lot more holes than this team did.
Let me tell you something. I think if you did that move right now, right, there's only one man you're bringing here. And it's not J.D. Martinez. You tell Carlos Beltran, listen, you may not want to do this, but we need you. You're on payroll anyways, motherfucker. Enough for this consulting. Enough for this consulting crap. You go be the hitting coach in the interim to finish the season. You go and you take, like you said, you promote somebody else to be his assistant or whatever the case may be, right? To handle the analytics part of it. Even though we know that Beltran supposedly was good at this stuff, right? Beltran was a guy that would relay this to other players, right? That's all I heard about Beltran.
Smart ball player.
Beltran is a hitting savant. Beltran this, Beltran that. And I know some people want him to manage, but right now we're talking about the hitting coaches. So, in my opinion, I suggested that I wrote a post saying this. If I was to fire the hitting coaches right now, I would say, Beltran, finish this off, and we'll revisit in the offseason.
Exactly. And Hector, I think that's a great plan. See, I didn't have a name in mind, But
And the
now
reason why I say Beltran one, like I said, he's already in the
he's a Hall of
organization.
Famer.
Yeah, no. But there's many Hall of Famers that are not good hitting coaches, right?
Agreed. But
That
he's
doesn't make
been,
them
like
good
you
hitting
said, he's
coaches.
been in the organization for a few years, and he's played here for fucking 7 years.
He played here. He's in the organization. But besides that, where do we often see Carlos Beltran? Behind the
Behind closed doors.
no.
Oh,
When we
behind the batting cages, you mean?
when we see him,
Yeah, yeah.
we see him behind the batting cages talking to the guys, right? We read often, oh, Beltran was talking to this guy, Beltran was talking to this guy, Beltran was talking to that guy about hitting. They mention Beltran sometimes. I think I've heard them mention Beltran more than they mention Chavez because they don't really talk about Chavez. It's always
No.
Barnes, 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 Barnes. Barnes told me this, Barnes told me that. So that's why I suggest Beltran.
I think
And
that's a
then
great idea.
and
I think
then
it's a phenomenal idea.
and then because we know that he's someone. That's what I thought, Ellen. Shout out to Ellen. I thought it was 18 and 31. Stat Muse is wrong, so we can't trust Stat Muse too much. Because they said 19 and 31, and I was like, that seems a little bit off. I saw 18 and 31. I counted 18 and 31. I saw 18 and 31 everywhere. Anyways. But yeah, I think if we were to make that move, which I don't think is a move that's gonna happen, I would be shocked at this point if they made any move. I
Why?
I definitely because I just don't think they're gonna do it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying they shouldn't do it, Eddie.
Right.
I'm just
We
telling
just
you
don't think they will.
from what I see and what they say, I just don't see it happening. They really believe in themselves. You know what I'm saying? And listen, sometimes there's a kiss of death when the president or GM or whatever comes out and says, "Yeah, I believe in the coaches. I believe in this. I believe in that."
Right.
Um, Sometimes that's just hogwash or whatever it's called. It's BS. But
Yeah,
I just don't see it happening, brother. I don't.
but something has to give. You know what I'm
Yeah, they got
saying?
to start playing better.
Well, obviously we need to start playing.
The
And
guys here needs to start playing better. That's what needs to give, Eddie. Honestly.
no, and you're obviously you're 100% right. But when you keep losing these games, and a lot of it's on the and most of it's on the offense. Oh, but starting pitching too. But the reason why the Mets have been where they are right now to this point is mostly because of the offense. It's because the offense is underachieved.
Yeah. That's the reality of it. That's the reality of it.
Yeah, I mean, Storm Shadow says the perception they'll look lost, panic mode. They already look lost. They already look like they're in panic. They're just not saying it. They are in panic
I
mode. Let's
mean,
not
the fact that we're changing the lineup every 2 days to me is panic mode.
right, and it's not working either.
Nope.
Listen,
At
man,
all.
40 games left. You got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but you have to make a move. You have to make a move. You can't. You just go. If it gets worse, they'll get scapegoated. Well, so what? So be it. How much worse can it get? Are you guys okay with watching this? This is fun for you to watch? 226 batting average? 679 OPS? What are we doing? It's a recipe for disaster what we have right now.
You could almost say they're already being scapegoated. The
Right.
the hitting coaches are already a huge part of the conversation.
It's a daily conversation on Mets Twitter. It's a
Word.
daily conversation. Every single space, you're in the spaces, you host spaces, I host spaces. The people say, get rid of these guys.
Yep.
And we're just fans. But we see the results. And to us, to all of us, and all you guys out there, it's unacceptable. I mean, who disagrees with that?
And if they turn it around, Storm, if they turn it around and actually start hitting or whatever, it'll seem like genius, right? So it can go both ways, man. It can go both ways.
I understand, like Storm Shadow saying, you can't think like a fan, but
Yeah,
we're not
right.
thinking like a fan. We're thinking based on results. That's it. That's more than just being a fan. That's common sense. Is results. The sickest. The ship is sinking. Bad. The
Facts.
ship is sinking.
It's getting late early, brother. Shout out Yogi. I see everybody's. I'm whatever. I've seen that quote being thrown around since I started using it, but it is what it is. It is getting late early though. It's been getting late early.
It's been that way, man.
But
And
they
it's
have
hard to watch. It's hard to watch, Heck.
they have the ability to turn it around.
I mean, she's got a point. She's got a point. But
Listen, and there's a lot of fans talking about like, yo, let's stop showing up again already. Already. You know what I'm saying? And
I've seen I've seen the posts.
it's like, yo, the fans are fed up, man. The fans are fed up. And you know, some people argue, oh well, Steve Cohen's only been here 5 years. David Stearns has only been here 2 years, and that's true. That is very true.
But we have expectations now. That's what's changed.
But I've been rooting for this team for a long time.
There you go.
Lisa's been a season ticket holder for a long time. And season ticket holder, non-season ticket holder, you
Let
know,
me ask.
people all over the country pay to watch these games,
Me,
invest their time to watch these
I
games,
spent $40 a month to watch these games. And then I gotta
sacrifice
pay another $10 for the Apple fucking game. It's almost 50
sacrifice
bucks a
family
month.
time to watch these games. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even get in a doghouse to watch these games.
Yeah.
Sometimes even maybe put a responsibility on hold to watch these games.
To go to the games like you.
Yeah,
I mean, look how much work you put into this. How many games you been to so far, this team? 40 games at least?
yeah, it has to be. I've
Right.
lost count. I've
Right.
lost count. Too
40
many.
games.
But even I've gotten to the point where I didn't go to the last few games.
And I saw where you've made a post where you're saying you're not
I'm
too excited about going to these next few games, correct?
correct. That is correct. Now that'll change once I get in the ballpark tomorrow, and it'll quickly change back to like, what the hell am I doing here? If they keep playing like garbage. But yeah, and for me to say that, like I love going to the ballpark.
Yeah.
I was one of the 2,000 that was going in these lean years in 18,
Yeah.
21.
I go back to 09, 10, 11, when they were just done.
Right, right,
I'd be going to games at the end of the year just to root for them.
right.
You know, I've been gone now for New York for almost 5 years. But I watched them on the road. Been to Atlanta, been to Miami, been to Tampa. I'm paying money to
Yeah.
see them on the road.
You're right, Ellen. Winning does create vibes. You're right about that. I think it
Losing
goes
does too.
the chicken or the egg, right? Is it the winning or the vibes? The vibes of the winning. I think it goes both ways, but definitely, yeah, winning makes a lot of things easier. Make everybody comes into the ballpark excited to play, excited to see each other. Right now, it's more of a chore for them to play right now. And of course, you struggle so much, it starts to weigh on you mentally. And we know baseball's a mental game, and if you
Right.
get in your head, you're in trouble.
Fucked.
But it's bad, man. The numbers are bad. We didn't get into the individual numbers of all the players, but we know what they are. They're not good. They haven't been good in this time. I think every single one of those core four guys, if you want to call them that,
Why don't you name the core four for the fans that don't know who the core four are?
the
I mean,
flag
I think
four.
I know who it is, but I just like
No, I
for
know. I
clarity.
just I'm mad at myself that I even said that. But the flab four
The flag
of
four.
Brandon Nimmo, Pete Alonso, Francisco Lindor, and Teflon Juan, who combined, I think, batted 200 during most of this time,
Since when?
who individually were hitting under 200, most of them. They need to pick it up. They are the guys that this team was built around. When this team was built, it was built on those four guys doing their
Correct.
job. And if you want to talk about it, they're paid like a Fab Four.
Right. They all make over $20 million, closer to $30 million, other than Nimmo. All make over $30 million.
And then you add to that the other two guys that I have my guys on who were counted on. See, before the season, I talked about David Peterson needed to step up and be an ace on this team, if not the ace.
Right.
He has had to do that by default. But the other two guys that were counting on being the ace need to step the hell up. And that is Kodai Senga and Sean Manaea. Sean Manaea needs to show that last season wasn't an aberration, that you just didn't fool people for 2 months because you changed your arm angle. And you aren't that guy that nobody was fucking pining for. That you were just an average pitcher at best with a 4+ ERA that people were wondering, are you a bullpen guy or are you really a starter? And for the most part of last season, starting out, even all the way to the trip in London, we were not liking what we were seeing. And you turned it around. And we fell in love with you. And we wanted you back.
Correct.
And we were counting on you. And you go on, you start the season on the IL. And now, listen, to be fair, you've been lights out. You've been lights out for 2 innings, for 3 innings, sometimes even 4+. But we need more consistency and we need more. We need more innings. We need you to step up and be an anchor in this rotation. Kodai Senga, you've been getting babied since you got to New York.
Yep.
Are you going to be a flop or are you going to finally pay off what you were billed as to be here? Because again, you've shown flashes of being lights out, but it's been more disappointment than anything. And you've been more of a no-show than anything.
Yep.
So those are the 6 guys I'm counting on, Eddie. Those are the 6 guys that I'm looking at that need to turn this thing around. I don't know when the hell they pitch again. But whenever it is, they need to step the hell up. And these 4 guys, you say, you know what? Enough. And put this team on your back for 45 games. That shouldn't be too much to ask.
I agree.
Are you going to be the Fab Four? Or are you going to be the Flab Four? What's it going to be?
I think your point about Senga was spot on. Spot on. This is a guy that we all said, oh, this guy's got a chance to be an ace. He hasn't been that guy in 2 years. 2 years, that guy. Where is that guy I saw in 2023? He's MIA. MIA. Another guy, Sean Manaea, give him $70 million, $75 million. What has he done this season? He's supposed to be an ace. He's been anything but an ace. And Senga, Manaea, are supposed 1 and 2s. They're more like 3 and 4s. Pathetic that we got to keep watching this garbage day in and day out. On top of the fact we're watching a lineup that doesn't know how to score a run. They put up 5 runs yesterday in the first 4 innings, and they added 1 for the rest of the game. And that's been going on now for 2.5 months. And I'm sick and tired of it. Sick and tired of it. Go up there and win. Go up there and put up a 10 spot. Enough of this bullshit. Sick and tired of it. What do you want to be? A wild card team? Take your chances in a 3-game series? No. We have a $330 million payroll. We should be gunning for the top spot in the National League, not for the wild card. But maybe they just suck. Maybe they're a team that are a bunch of fucking frauds. Maybe they're frauds. Because right now, that's what they look like. A bunch of frauds. So either step up or get them the fuck out of here. Because that's it. You either win here or you don't. This is New York. This isn't Kansas City. This isn't St. Louis. This is New York. It's put up or shut up time, and it goes for those 6 players. And if they don't start stepping it up, you know what? I don't give a shit. Then maybe it's time to rethink the way this whole thing was built. Because right now, they look like fool's gold, and they look like frauds. All of them. All of them. Frauds. Fool's gold frauds.
I don't even want to say anything else, bro. I don't want to say anything else. So on that note, we're gonna wrap it up, and we're gonna wrap it up by saying, and I said this before. I don't know if it was on the blunt thoughts that I did real quick or earlier on today. We can look at that series against the Rays, where kind of like really started that might have been who they played around that time, right? June 12th.
What's the Rays? I remember we talked about it. Remember I said, did they steal our souls? I said that to you.
Right. And then they continued by the Braves. What was it? They beat us 6 out of 7, whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, it was like 5 straight.
Right. Well, here we are facing the Atlanta Braves tomorrow. When we know that they're gonna try to come over here and continue to bury us. No better team to turn it around against than them. I don't care that they're down. They were down when they played us, and we saw what they did. They played us so well, we were saying, oh man,
they're gonna come back.
They're gonna come back. They're gonna come back. Well, they haven't, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when you play the Marlins. Shoot, it don't even matter when you play the Nationals. We know those teams, especially, are gonna try to come kick our butts. I don't give a damn if Osuna's waking up. Storm Shadow. I don't give a damn.
And Profar's back too from his.
The New York Mets need to handle their business. They have not handled their business. Sharmanaya needs to show that last season was an aberration. And you're not a below average pitcher. Someone who's in between a bullpen guy and a starter, a swingman, or whatever the hell you want to call it. And that you are someone that can anchor a rotation. Maybe not as a solo ace, but part of a combo ace. With the other guy, who's been more of a no-show than anything in Kodai Senga. It is time now. Let's see real quick before we go. Who the hell are the scheduled starters for this series?
Yes, because I want to know this too. It's got to be Peterson.
He's probably in there. I would think so. The fuck? My bad. I thought I had it here. That would be quick. Sorry, guys. Apologize. I don't know what happened to Rudy. Rudy would have had this first.
I could take a look at it right now.
No, I get it right now, but I'm saying like Rudy would have had it.
Yeah,
so
would have put it up already.
We got Holmes going tomorrow. Let's see if Holmes could give us 6 innings. How about we start pushing Holmes?
Yeah, might
Let's
as
see if
well.
Holmes can give us 6 innings. We got Peterson on Wednesday and Kodai Senga on Thursday. I didn't even look who's pitching for them. I don't care. They got that elder dude on Thursday against Senga. Oh my lord! If we do not demolish Carlos Carrasco on
Yeah,
Wednesday, then you know we got issues.
yeah, I agree.
And Strider tomorrow with his 4.04 ERA. As Lisa says, we better not see Stanek in this game, and I'm totally with you, Lisa.
She's right.
I am totally with you.
Unless Mendoza decides to punt the game, another game.
I'm with you, Dolo. Push all of them. My bad. What does Ellen say? Ellen says, I can't believe they're going to make either of the young guys starting pitchers and expecting them to go 7. They'll either be used as long relievers or openers throwing a few innings. I agree, Ellen. I don't even know if we can expect them. They haven't done that in the minors. That's what I'm
No,
saying.
they're 5-inning pitchers.
It's not like they're consistently throwing 7 innings in the minors. But hey, give us a dynamite 3-4 innings, I guess. Because these other guys are barely even doing that. But good stuff, Eddie. But that's it, man. That's what we need. We need those guys to pitch. And then we need this question to be answered.
Huh. Shit.
Are we
You're
going
not
to
kidding.
continue to see the Flab 4? Or will we, as Steve Cohen called them, see the Fab 4?
Yeah, we'll see.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night,
Enjoy the rest
everybody.
of your evening. And even though we're down on them right now, it's always let's go Mets for me. Any last words, Eddie? Go ahead.
Let's go, Mets. Let's start showing some fucking heart and let's do this.
Fab 4 or
Flab.
Flab 4? Is it going to be the summer of fun or the summer of none? We'll see. Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Peace.